Most common zodiac signs amongst different types of people. Billionaires, Leo. Serial killers, Pisces. Famous people, Aries. Major CEOs, Capricorns. Psychopaths, Scorpios.
It's said to be the weirdest record in the world, and it fits right into this box. But now the question is, where do I have to add it and keep it the same shape? And what do? I thought about it. Put it on top. Move this over, and then move the bottom to the right, and it comes back to its original shape. And if I add this to it, and I think about it, I have to move these three pieces. Move these two pieces over here. Move these two pieces over here. And finally put this little piece on top. The weirdest phenomenon is that I found that after adding two pieces, its volume and area did not change at all. Do you know the principle?
You know that a prawn is the loudest animal in the world? No. The pistol shrimp is capable of snapping its claws shut so quickly that it creates a bubble that collapses and produces a sonic boom.
No way.
It can reach 230 decibels, louder than a gunshot. It gives off heat of 4,400 degrees, nearly as hot as the sun, killing its prey by heat.
Nah. It's true. It's true.
It's true.
100% true.
Yeah, it's true.
Holy shit.
That's wild.
Oh my god.
How?
That's cool.
And you see it, and it's got two arms. One's just really big pistol thing, and the other one's like a little one. And if it loses the big one,
It's dead.
the other one grows into the big one.
No way.
Yeah.
If you struggle with reading, you have to see this. First, this is what normal reading is like. Notice when you read it, you're kind of slow at reading. Okay, now try reading this. It's insane, right? It's called bionic reading. It's because your brain actually reads faster than your eyes. Follow for more.
Are there more stars in the sky than grains of sand on Earth? Well, Earth has very roughly 7.56 sextillion grains of sand. Meanwhile, there are roughly 70 septillion stars. That means there are about 10,000 stars for every grain of sand.
Facts that will mess with your perception of time. If you are over the age of 45, the world population has doubled in your lifetime. Everything in this 1991 Radio Shack ad exists in the smartphone you're watching this video on right now. Dinosaurs roamed the earth for such a long period of time that dinosaur fossils existed while dinosaurs were still alive. King Tut started ruling Egypt as a pharaoh before he was 10 years old until he died at 19 years old. Picasso and Snoop Dogg were alive at the same time. Every single atom in your body is billions of years old. The human race has existed on Earth for only 0.004% of the Earth's entire history. Follow for more.
Next thing I say may be mind-blowing to you. The tide doesn't actually come in and out. What? There is a bulge of water, two of them, on opposite sides of the Earth, caused by the sun and the moon, and Earth turns inside that bulge. When we say the water rises and falls tidally, what's happening is we are rotating into the bulge and then out of the bulge.
So the bulge is already there.
It's already there.
And all we kind of do is pass through the bulge.
Pass through, and the water gets high and it gets low. So we're stuck with language from our own perspective rather than language of what's actually happening. Simpler that way to say the water goes in and out. It's simpler to say the sun set rather than Earth rotated such that our angle of view on the stationary sun fell below our local horizon.
Hundreds of billions of galaxies. So the idea that we're the only one. Not only that, Neil deGrasse Tyson explained this to me. This is a mind fucking half. That the universe is so big that not only is there another you out there that has done everything exactly as you've done? To every pause, like that pause, every pause, down to the second.
Yeah.
An infinite number of times. When you think of infinity,
Right.
we think about it as being really big. It's not. It's impossible to put in your head. The infinite universes, like the size of the universe, 14 billion light years apart, infinite numbers of those. Not only that, they think that inside every galaxy is a supermassive black hole, and inside that black hole may be another universe with hundreds of billions of galaxies, with hundreds of billions of black holes. Inside each one of those, hundreds of billions of galaxies, hundreds of billions of black holes, that it's fractal, and that it's impossible for you to even conceive.
Top 5 countries that spend the most time online by total hours monthly. France 26.6, South Korea 27.7, United Kingdom 32.3, United States 35.3, Canada 43.5.
Russia, in Denisova Cave, they find a single pinky bone from a little finger. And they do DNA testing on it, and what they discover is this isn't a Neanderthal. This isn't an anatomically modern human being. This is another human species who they named the Denisovans. That's another example of a missing chapter in the human story that is beginning to be pieced together. It's obvious now that we were not alone, that there were multiple other human species who were human enough to interbreed with us and leave DNA. And Denisovan DNA survives, interestingly enough. It survives predominantly in Australasia, in Papua New Guinea and amongst Australian Aborigines.
And this Denisovan species was only discovered in, like, was it 2000 something?
Very recently, the 2000s.
7 or something.
It's a very recent discovery.